First and foremost, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Warakakwadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. The water to Yahweh Shai, which means thank you, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. This video I'm about to play is not very long at all. It's only 11 seconds. But what she says holds a lot of weight. So I'll just play it and just get right to it, all right?
Bitch, if the power grid go down, who you think gonna come save you? Not your boss, bitch, brunch homegirl. That's why you need a man, bitch, to save you from the other men that might come get you.
And there it is. It's that simple. That's the importance of why you women out there who think you can do it all by yourself, in these days to come, you're going to be found out to be a liar and that you've been deceived. All right, a lot of you women, you like to believe that you're the prize because you can get hit from the back on all fours. That does not make you the table. All right? We're coming into a time of great judgment. And a real righteous man is going to be the prize in that day. Which leads me to the book of Isaiah chapter 13. In verse 12. I will make a man. What man? An Israelite man, of course. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So a man in these days to come is going to be more precious, not as precious or kind of precious. A man is going to be more precious than fine gold. So gold at its purest state, the most fine gold that you can find is going to be nothing in comparison to a man of the Lord in these days to come. Okay? Now, if you're a woman in this ministry as a believer, and you have a husband who's not a believer, just keep being a good wife. Just keep on believing. The Lord can see it through that he save you if that be his will. But most of you women who are out here thinking you can do it on your own, you're going to be found out to be a liar, as I've stated before. And if you're a woman who's single and you're not seeking for a man of the Lord, you're still seeking for one of these wicked ass dudes in the world, the Lord's not going to save you. Again, if you're a woman who already has a man and he happens to be in the world, that's one thing. But if you're single and you're not looking for a man of the Lord because, oh, he already has a woman, or I need me a man who's a felon, I need me a man that's still out here roaming the streets and all that other BS, the Lord's not going to save you, okay? And those types of men are not going to make it either. Women are going to be saved based off their belief and how they treat the Lord's men. All right? How they treat their husbands. A woman's not going to be saved because she's some deep teacher, or because she has a college degree, or because she has a nice car and a nice, beautiful home. All right? A man of the Lord is going to be the prize. A man of the Lord is the table, believe it or not. So again, Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Times are going to be so violent, women are going to be hunted. So if you don't have a righteous man to protect you, a righteous man with a bold spirit upon him, you're all out, assed out. Seeing that you women like your ass out, you're going to be assed out in these days to come. And it's not going to be in your favor. All right? So let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 now. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. And that's what that woman was basically specifying. Like, what are you women going to do without a man protecting you? Especially when other men are going to be hunting after you. Okay? And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. It says what it says. This is speaking of those men who are going to be made more precious than fine gold. The righteous men of the Lord are going to be the prize. Because believe it or not, we are the table. Women have this concept in their mind that they are the table. But if you were to ask them, what do you actually bring to the table? They don't have nothing to really offer you. Okay? That's why the best thing that a lot of women can do is just humble down. Listen to the words that are coming from the men that the Heavenly Father has set up to teach you, to give this word. Because there's a lot of people, they just not right. Okay? Not right whatsoever. You have a lot of imitators. People, pretending that they're about this ministry, but then when they get offended because something was said that they don't like, then all of a sudden they don't want to, deem you as a man of the Lord. They don't want to pray for you no more. They don't want to listen to you no more. All because you said the truth. Okay, the truth is a righteous man is going to be a woman's hiding place in these days. And you're going to need that. Unless you already have a man, okay, and you found this man before knowing this ministry, you're okay. Just keep believing. But as a woman who knows this truth and you're not seeking a man in this truth, you're still in the world seeking a man, you better get your act together. Okay? Because this table that you women are talking about being, you are not that. All right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 23, I believe, in verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. So the Heavenly Father is preparing our table because the man is the table. The man is the hiding place. The man is going to be made more precious than fine gold. And if you women don't get your acts together and seek out a man of the Lord, you're not going to be saved in these times to come. And this is not manipulation. This is not me twisting the scriptures. This is me telling you the truth. All right? We're the table. The Lord is preparing our table in the presence of our enemies. And a lot of you women also fall in line with being likened unto our enemy. I haven't brought this out in a while. Let's see if I can find it. I'll jump right back. Is that Micah 7 and verse... Okay. Micah chapter 7 and verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause. So yeah, the Israelite man's being punished, and these women see it. A lot of them are making mockery of it, but it's all good. We'll be patient until the Lord gets us out of our situation. Okay? And execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is my enemy, a lot of you women are likened unto our enemy. A lot of you women are going to be destroyed. You're going to be ravished and killed. Okay? Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? So we might start speaking on women, and in their minds, they don't got to listen to us because they're going to keep doing what they've been doing with no shame because they've been doing it. So who are we to try to intervene with what they got going on? They want to keep chasing their vanity. They want to keep deeming men flooding their inbox as opportunity or as if that's validation. Okay? A man can completely hate a woman's guts and still want to lay down with her, but women think they're validated because men want to lay down with them. Okay? I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. A woman will have 100 pennies in her inbox. A man may only have 4 quarters in his. But see, those 4 quarters are more likely to want to be in a relationship than those 100 pennies that are in a woman's inbox. Okay, so you might have the options as you think, but you really don't. Okay? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So a lot of these women are actually deemed enemies because they don't believe us. They take us lightly. They have a problem with not only us, they hate men. Okay? Psalms 23 and 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. So the Lord is preparing our table even before the eyes of you wicked women who think you're the table. You're going to see that we're the table as the Lord is preparing our table before you. Because again, y'all still think you're the prize. You think this is about you, when in reality, okay, it was the man that was made in God's image. It was the woman that was placed in man's life to be a helper. If the man didn't need a helper, you wouldn't be needed. Okay, and that's not to belittle you, but that's to show you order is important and things have to be done in order, and women are out of order. Okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. If you're not seeking out a righteous man of the Lord, and you might say in your mind, well, he already has a woman, you're in the wrong spirit, because a man can have multiple women. In fact, that just leads me to thinking that I should do a lesson on that. A man can have multiple women, and if you women don't like that, that's your problem. You can just die, okay? You can just die alone with your cat. Keep thinking that you're going to have your beauty forever. Keep thinking you're going to find this mysterious man that's going to fall from heaven and only think about you and only you. The only man that's going to think about you and only you is a man that's not desired by other women. Okay, a man that don't know nothing about no woman, he might only think about you. Okay? Now, if a man decides in his mind, you know what? I'm only going to have one woman because that's my choice. That's his choice. But don't be trying to put that on other men. All right? Let all things be done decently and in order. And there is an order concerning this ministry. The head of the woman is the man. So if you women don't have a head in these days to come, a headless chicken can only run around so long before its body drops to the ground dead. A lot of you women are running around without a head. Eventually you're going to drop dead. Okay? Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach. So the head of the man is Mashiach. A lot of you women be trying to say, who you deem as Jesus is your husband. No, he's not. Okay? The head of every man is Mashiach. And the head of the woman is the man, being the Israelite man. We are your head. Yahweh Shai is not your head. That's adultery, woman. All right? If you got a man as your husband and you're talking about Yahweh Shai as your husband, that is adultery. You think Yahweh Shai is going to allow you to be an adulterous whore? Just like how some will say Mary, she was an actual virgin that got impregnated by an angel. That's adultery because she was promised to Joseph. Okay? Joseph had intimate relations with her and impregnated her before the ceremony. Okay? But anyway, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach. So my head is Yahweh Shai. And the head of the woman is the man. So my woman, I'm her head. Any woman that's with me, I'm her head. Ain't no woman gonna tell her head, hey, you can't do this or do that. Look, woman, the head tells the body what to do. The body don't tell the head what to do. Okay? And the head of Mashiach is God. And that's all about order. And women are out of order. Women cannot stand order. Okay? Verse 7. For a man indeed not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and the glory of the power. That's why if I do wear a hat, I like to wear the trucker hats with the mesh material where my head's not completely covered, you know? But the woman is the glory of the man. So the woman is a man's glory. You're not here to glorify yourself. You're here to glorify your husband. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Why? Because you're not the table. The man is not of the woman is of the man, because the man is the table. The reason why you are the lineage that you are is because of your father. The reason why you know that you're an Israelite is because of the men out here doing the work. Okay? Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So seeing that the woman was created for the man and not the other way around, you women are out of your mind to think you don't need a man. Seeing that a man is going to be your hiding place in these days to come. Okay? But again, because of these women being proud and wicked, a lot of them are going to do what they want to do to their own death. All right? Verse 9, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman. But all things of the power, and that's righteous, man. The righteous order. You women are supposed to be in obedience. You're supposed to be in subjection to your husband. And if you don't have a husband, you should be in the spirit of seeking one out. Stop trying to play the field. Stop watching different brothers' videos thinking, well, he's cute, but he's cute too. Which one? You in that spirit, you're not going to make it, man. All right? You better snap out of that BS and figure it out, man. Because a lot of you women, you're going to be found out to be a fraud. Most women ain't right. So the chances of you not being right is very high. So you definitely need to check yourself. You definitely got to check yourself for you women out there. When it comes to you wicked, evil women, which is who I'm talking to, you have a lot of judgment resting upon you. And the reason why us men are going to be looked at as the prize, well, one of those reasons is going to be our strength, our confidence in the Heavenly Father, our bravery. When you see these other men out here running and acting like women, but then you see certain men who are bold, who are as a lion, who still have a fierceness about them in the presence of all this violence going on, those are the men you're going to run to. Those are the men you're going to seek out. Okay? Because the Lord is going to be their confidence. Let's go to Psalms 94. Let's see. Psalms 94 in verse 18. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. So the Heavenly Father is going to be holding up the Israelite man. He's going to be our confidence. And women are going to see that when all this hell is breaking loose, and they're going to be desiring to be around that man's presence because he has his head together. He's not out here acting like a woman. He's not out here crying and trying to figure out what's going on. He acts as if he knows exactly what's going on. Why? Because we do. We're telling you ahead of time. Seek out a man of the Lord now, because the day is going to come where America is going to be put under a lot of judgment. People are going to be taken as spoil here. And when they see women, women are going to become war booty, since women like to show their booty all the time. Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 10, I believe. Okay, if he begat a son that is a robber, a shedder of blood, and that doeth the like to any one of these things, and that doeth not any of those duties, but even hath eaten up upon the mountains and defileth his neighbor's wife, that's not what I want. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, that's not what I want. Let me go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 11. Therefore I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken. So a lot of you women, you're not going to make it. Neither you or your wicked husband. The age with him that is full of days. And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. That's what's coming. A lot of you women, you think you're going to be saved because you have a man, but you're not doing what's right. You're not even being a good wife to your man. You don't even believe. So when the days come, you and your husband's going to be snatched up, and you're going to be put in concentration camps. And you're going to be made to take that RFID chip because a lot of you never believed in the first place. Certain of you will be saved if your man is not a man of the Lord. Okay? I'm not telling you to leave him for another man. That's adultery. But what I'm saying is, if you know this truth and you're single, find you a man of the Lord. And stop thinking you have all these options because you're watching different men's videos. The Heavenly Father is not playing with y'all. Okay? And this is not a manipulation tactic. This is the truth. And seeing that the Lord is going to be our salvation, a man is going to be your salvation. All right. Let's go to Psalms chapter 32. This is also why the man is going to be made more precious than fine gold. Okay. Let me see. Psalms chapter 32 and verse 7. Thou art my hiding place. So as a man, our hiding place is the Heavenly Father. So if the Heavenly Father is our hiding place, whatever woman or women is under us, we're going to be their hiding place. Because again, it's about order. Okay? The Heavenly Father is going to shield us through Yahweh Shai. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance, Salah. So when these women see you getting delivered from all these various problems and troubles, these women are going to be hunting after you. They're going to want your protection. These women aren't going to be hunting after men acting like women. They're going to be hunting after men who they deem as brave, who they deem as strong, who they deem as having some kind of power. So as a man, we should be in the spirit of being strong, because those are the men that are going to get all the women in these days to come anyway. Let's go to Ephesians. And when I say strong, I'm talking about spiritually strong. Nothing wrong with working out, but I'm talking about spiritually strong. Ephesians chapter 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. So understand that our strength is in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's how you're going to be made more precious than fine gold. Women are going to see that you're protected. Women are going to see that you're strong. You have a confidence and a bravery about yourself. They're going to be chasing after you like bees, man. You're going to have to beat some of these women off. All right? You're going to have to tell some of these women no. A woman might be fine as hell, and you telling her, no, you can't come with me. I got enough women already. And then she's begging and pleading like, please, just let me be with you. You know, I'll do whatever it takes. All right, well, shut your mouth. If you act out of order, you will be kicked to the side. Because, see, in these days to come, we're not going to be playing with you women. We're not going to be playing no games with you. All right? The Lord is calling on men. The men are going to be the ones made more precious than fine gold. We're going to be the prize. Proverbs chapter 8 and 4. Unto you, O men, I call. My voice is to the sons of men. So the Lord is calling men to stand up to the plate, to be the leaders. The same men that you see doing this work are going to be the same men that women are going to be flocking to in these days to come. They're not going to be chasing after Chris Brown. They're not going to be chasing after Kendrick Lamar. They're not going to be chasing after Drake. They're going to be chasing after the men of the Lord, because them other niggas are going to be dead or screaming, acting like women, fleeing for their lives. The men of the Lord are going to be triple C, cool, calm, and collective. All right? Period. So the men being in this truth, holding on, enduring, those are going to be the men as a woman's hiding place. Those are the men you better be seeking after. And a lot of the things that we say, a lot of people don't believe it. They put it off from day to day because they think they have all the time in the world. Women are out here caught up in the world. So they're not thinking of the trouble to come. They're not thinking of reality. They're not thinking of what we're trying to tell them, because they're too distracted. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So a lot of these women are asleep. Okay? Now let's go to 1 Timothy 5 and 6. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So these women who are all caught up in the world, instead of trying to be, women who are keepers of the home, they want to hop on jet skis. They want to take vacations. They want to be sipping martinis on the beach. They want to be showing off their body parts. They want to be pretending like they're the prize, they're the table. They have all the options in the world. They can just use men for whatever they want to use a man for. They don't want a man to actually love and submit to. They want a man to carry their groceries upstairs. They want a man to put air in their tires. They want a man to just be their slave. Any woman thinking like that or living like that, you're dead and you're not going to make it. Okay? And since a lot of these women are already dead, they're going to be caught up in what's known as the second death, because their mentality is what's going to get them, really in a lot of situations that they can't get out of. Okay? So seeing that a lot of these women are already dead, let's go into the book of Revelations. Revelations chapter 21 and verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers, man, a lot of women fall into this. Okay? A lot of women are fearful. A lot of women don't believe. A lot of women are caught up in abominations. A lot of women are murderers, killing off their babies through abortions, setting up men to be murdered. Okay? And whoremongers. They might not be the whoremonger, but they might be the whore that's being sold. And sorcerers, yeah, women involved in sex magic, doing all sorts of things to try to put a spell or a curse on a man. And idolaters, women calling themselves the prize, which is totally disrespectful to the man and the order that the Heavenly Father established. So ultimately, you're going against the Heavenly Father. And all liars, these women be lying all day, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. The first death going all the way back to the days of Noah. The second death being that lake of fire. But see, you women are already dead because you're living in pleasure for most of you. So that second death can also apply to you keep living how you're living. You're going to be caught up in that nuclear destruction. All right? You better be seeking out a righteous man of the Lord, because a time like never before is coming to the earth. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So what's coming is going to be worse than any other time in history. The day of the Lord is going to be a very ruthless and brutal time like never before. And there have been some horrible times, man. But the days to come are going to outdo all of it. All right? That's the importance of knowing that a man is your hiding place. A man of the Lord is going to be your protection. And if you don't have a man of the Lord, if you are a believer and you've already had a man before knowing this truth, you can still make it. But if you were single, you came into this truth, found out you're an Israelite, and you still were seeking out them Tyrone type niggas, the Lord ain't going to have mercy on you. Okay? Because the Lord is not dealing with you women playing these games. And that's most of y'all. I pray that this lesson, it was simple and edifying. All praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.